Shalom, Yasha'ah, Shalom, Shalom. Call La Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach, Wa Malak Yahushai. Wa Wakakadash. Atazwa, Wakabayim, Esquine, Wa, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Ahaba, Thamakim, Wa Akwa. Amen. We back at it with another video. Through the spirit and power, Yahweh, Shem Yahushai. Sirach series, you already know what time it is. Sirach 7, man. Let's go over Sirach 7. It's a lot of precepts in this chapter, man. It's a lot of precepts in this chapter, so let's get into it, right? All right, so Sirach 7:1. It says, do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee. That's plain, man. If you don't do evil, no harm is gonna come unto you. Now, I love this truth, man, for real, man. I love this truth. Because in the world, you know that is what? Okay, boom. If you don't, you reap what you sow. Like in the world, they'll tell you, boom, okay, like if you nice to everybody, you know what I'm saying? People gonna be nice to you. You know, the spirit that you're moving is the spirit that you're going to receive. Oh, that's what it's called. They call it the golden rule. The golden rule. Okay, boom. Treat others as you would like to be treated, man. Sirach 7:1 says, do no evil and no harm shall come unto thee. All right, let's get a precept. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7. Proverbs chapter 23 and verse number 7. So as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. And eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. So as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So if you walk on your day-to-day basis and you constantly thinking about destruction, World War III, you're constantly thinking about death, famine, right? The end times, Yahweh shall come back. If this is the only thing you think about, you're going off. That's not a just balance. You understand that? You're going to bug yourself out. You're going to cause all kinds of stress and unnecessary plagues to come upon your mind. Just balance means there's a time to be happy and there's a time to be sad. Ecclesiastes 3:1. You know what I'm saying? There's a time for everything under the sun at the end of the day, man. You understand that? So if whatever you thinking about on your day-to-day basis, that's just who you're going to be at the end of the day. Let's read on Sirach 7. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. That's Psalm 1:1. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And in Sirach, this is the law, right? This is the law that we read, right? It's commandments, it's statutes that we read. You understand that? My son, sow not upon the furrows of unjustness, and thou shalt not reap sevenfold. Right, so let's go to Galatians 6:9. All right, I love this truth, man, for real, man. All praises. This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing. Let us not be weary in well-doing. Because if you're constantly doing well, you're constantly putting out positivity. You're constantly moving around in a positive spirit. I got a video on my Instagram called, guess what? Positive affirmations. I got a video on YouTube, learning from the tree, your inward man being righteous. If you're learning, if you're taking heed to these lessons, and you really taking heed to the Lord through these precepts, man, this is keys to life. Constantly moving, trying to your best to be positive. Because spirits come on you, man. Depression, sadness, stress, these things happen. But if you watch my videos, if you learn, you go through the precepts, you'll learn how to deal with these things when they come you check them at the door. You understand that? Your house, if you have company, and somebody rings the doorbell, what do? You greet them and you let them in. Your spirit, if there's a spirit coming on you, you're sensing yourself mad, you're sensing yourself angry, depressed, sad, stressed, whatever it may be, you check it at the door. What's going on? What's going on? You follow? It's the same way. Be not weary in well-doing, man. Don't ever cease from well-doing. That's the minimal that you can do. It's well-doing. That's Romans 2:7. That's Tobit 12:7. You understand that? Don't ever cease from well-doing, man. Right? Never cease from well-doing. It says, where am I at? Galatians 6:9. For in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Right? So we shall reap if we faint not. Meaning you're going to reap these positivities. You're going to reap You're going to reap positivity. You're going to reap the good that you're putting in due season if you just don't be weary, man. All right, so let's go back to Sirach 7. Seek not of the Lord preeminence, neither of the king the seat of honor. Right, so that's going into my first video that I made, Sirach Series 1. Right, you only trying to fear the Lord when it's beneficial, or you see that within the nation of Israel it's like a whole different world and you can get a whole bunch of followers, whatever. Right, it's preeminence, man. It's carnal, right? It says justify not thyself before the Lord. What the Lord say? Justify not thyself before the Lord. What the Lord say? Justify not thyself before the Lord, man. It says, and boast not of thy wisdom before a king, man. Justify not thyself before the Lord. It's a video on my YouTube called Explanation of Examination. Am I going off? Please, please, please watch that video, man. The Lord brought it up. The Lord did. 100%, man. Do not get into self-justification, man. Let's explain what self-justification is in one precept. Let's go to the book of Luke. What's that? 15. And verse 16, man. Self-justification. Self-justification. Luke 15. Was it 16 and 15? Yeah, Luke 16 and 15. Luke chapter 16 and verse number 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed amongst men is abomination in the sight of God, man. Justifying yourself, right? Now listen. Okay, boom. I like to move a certain way. I like to do X, Y, Z. I like to do bit by boom. Okay? This is what I like to do. It is what it is. Okay, brother. This is brother number 2. Okay, brother. Well, if you look at this precept, right? Look at this precept. You add it up through past experience. I don't think you should really do that. And I think it's boiling down to a matter of whatever. It's boiling down to a matter of covetousness. It's boiling down to a matter of pride. It's boiling down to a matter of lust. It's boiling down to a matter of lasciviousness. Whatever, right? This is what he said. Brother number 1. Nah, it's not that. Because, like, listen, it's like boom, 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 boom. Now, in this conversation, in this dialogue, right? Now, I give this example a lot. I give this example a lot because it's true at the end of the day. And this is one way that you can check it at the door. Boom. Brother number 1. The first thing that he says out of his mouth, no, it's not that. No, I'm thinking it's this way. Nah, I think it's this more this way. Now, brother, you justified yourself. Because if you have another king, if you have another princess, if you have another servant of the Most High, if you have another Israelite, period, whoever it is, and he says, okay, brother, I think of X, Y, Z. And the first thing you say is, no, you justified yourself. You justified yourself without hearing the whole matter. You justified yourself and allowing you to feel like you're right without being humble to understand, okay, boom, what do you mean? What's going on? You understand that? This is the ins and outs to a conversation. This is the ins and outs to a dialogue, right? If me and you were talking, okay, I say, boom, hey, man, that Under Armour zip up, it's not it. It looked real small. No, it ain't small. It's just the way I was sitting down. You understand? It could be something small. It could be something small. All right, no pun intended. It could be something small, man. You understand that? Like, no, like, hold on. What you mean it's small? You think it's in the arm? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And then he tell you, like, yeah, you're right. Or he could be wrong. You understand that? I don't know if brothers and sisters really understand this example that I give all the time, but, man, that's self-justification, man. Right? Justify not thyself before the Lord. Everything you do, actions, words, thoughts, whatever, should be justified by the precepts. If it's not justified by the precepts and common sense, get it out of there, man. Get it out of there, right? That's it. And boast not of thy wisdom before the king. Seek not to be judged, being not able to take away iniquity, lest at any time thou fear the person of the mighty, and lay a stumbling block in the way of thy uprightness. Offend not against the multitude of a city, and then thou shalt not cast thyself down among the people. Bind not one sin upon another, for in one thou shalt not be unpunished, right? So boom, okay, let's say you at work. You at work, The sun went down, you gotta clock out a little late, right? You gotta leave a little late, leave your desk a little late, however it may go. Right? You leave a little late, boom, you didn't profane the Shabbat, hours on the clock, you got paid. It is what it is, man. Right? Now, don't go and be like, I already profaned the Shabbat. Let me go put a full tank of gas in my car. I need a little tree to freshen it up. And I'm gonna go clean out my car. You know what I'm saying? Sweat while I'm doing it before I go to camp. I already profaned it. Might as well just go all out. Don't bind one sin upon sin. All right? Let's read on. Verse number 9, say not, God will look upon the multitude of my oblations, and when I offer to the Most High God, he will accept it, man. Because the Most High never promised anything to anybody, man. So when you pray, when you go to camp, when you fast, whatever it may be, whatever type of sacrifice that you offer to the Lord, there's no guarantee, there's no damn promise that he was going to hear it and accept it, right? Let's read on. Be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer. But guess what? It's not guaranteed. But at the end of the day, when you do it, it better be fervent, like you want it to be heard, right? Be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer. And to be honest with you, this shit cut a lot of people up, man. This just cut me up as I'm reading it, right? It says, be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer. That just cut me up, man. You understand that? When you praying, you know, sometimes it's so much of a routine. You really got to be in the spirit to constantly throw up fervent prayers. You understand that? You got to watch yourself when you're throwing up a prayer, you face the east. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I do that, but at the end of the day, like, you get what I'm saying. It's just an example, an exaggeration of what you don't want to do, man. You understand that? So really, it boils down to Psalms 141 verse 1. Let's get the precept, and I can say what I mean. Right? Psalm chapter 141 and verse 1. Lord, I cry unto thee, make haste unto me. This is boldness, right? This is not being, what is it? This is not being faint-hearted, right? I'm crying, make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the doors of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let not eat of their dainties, right? So at the end of the day, you throwing up that prayer, and you saying, Most High, please hear me, man. Most High, hear me, X, Y, Z, all right? You're doing these things, and it's fervent, right? You're facing the east. Your hands is lifted up. And the point was, it's a sacrifice. Now, I got a video on my YouTube, do Hebrew Israelites do sacrifices, man? And I go over spiritual sacrifices, different offices. When you go to camp, what kind of sacrifice is that? When you read, when you pray, when you fast, what kind of sacrifices are these, right? Which one is a peace offering? Which one is a burnt offering? Which one is a free will offering? You understand that? I go over these things. Let's read on. Be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer, and neglect not to give alms. Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul, for there is one which humbleth and exalteth. We went over this in the previous video in the Sirach series, right? Don't be that one brother to just shake your head at the poor because you might be in a good position. You follow? Let's read on. It says, divide. So, hold on. It says, for there is one which humbleth and exalteth. I mean, this is more and more reasons to where as though that humble man, that lowly man of mind and of deeds, he's going to be the one to be exalted, man. When the Lord said the last shall be first and the first shall be last, man, what? Man, that's true. You understand that? That's really how the Lord get down, man. The lowly is who the Lord is dealing with. The meek. What's the Lord's favorite animal? The sheep. You understand that? Let's read on. It says, devise not a lie against thy brother, neither do the like of thy friend. Right? So don't lie on your brothers. Don't lie on your sisters. Use not, because it's going off. Use not to make any manner of lie, for the custom thereof is not good. Use, because that's a sin at the end of the day. Use not many words in the multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayest. This is one of my favorite precepts. First of it says, use not many words in the multitude of elders. I'm a young man. When I get around my damn congregation, a lot of people don't know out here in W5 Baltimore, I'm the youngest one. You know what I'm saying? When I get around my congregation, I don't say too much, man, because they don't they don't realize this, and I don't really express it that much. If they watch my videos, they would know. But at the end of the day, I look at them like they my elders, man. Amos, Naquan, Goodbar, Elder Caleb, Elder Daryl. You understand that? Damn, Thawan. How can I forget? Right, the Elder Yakar. Right, these men are old enough to be my damn father. Right, in real life. You understand that? Now, we in this truth. Now, sometimes that get masked up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to understand because in the truth, we all one body, man. We just all one body. And we all a part of the congregation. But, like, I like to stay quiet. I like to stay behind the scenes, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a young man. I like to listen, right? I like to get these things. That's what the precepts say. And I can't wait till we get to day 32. If the Most High allow it, day 32, we go over Sirach 32, man. That might be it. I love that chapter, man, for real. Now, that goes more to this, but let's read on. And make not much babbling when thou prayest, right? Because you want your prayer to be short and discreet. You understand that? Short and discreet, straight to the point, so the Most High can hear it. Let's read on. It says, hate not laborer's work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained. Because it's ordained that we should go into hard work, husbandry, right? Let's get this precept in 2 Timothy 2:4. It says, no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of his life, right? Because entangling himself with the affairs with his life is the opposite of having the mind like, okay, boom, I'm going to go to work on Friday, clock out in time, sun go down, boom, I'm headed to camp. You understand that? I got to go stand up for multiple hours just to tell my people the truth. I got to put this work in. After I go, I got to make a video. Whatever it may be. You might be a woman. Okay, boom. I know he gonna ask me to do X, Y, Z. If he married, I know he gonna ask me to do X, Y, Z. I gotta get up, just go ahead and knock that out, knock this out, knock that out, so I can have some time to rest. Okay, boom. If I'm not married, I know the kids. If I don't got kids, whatever it may be, I gotta get up, make sure the house is this way. Then I gotta go run a couple errands before the Shabbat go down, so I can eat when the sun go down. Got kids. Okay, boom. Gotta make sure they straight. Make sure they sit in, they take a nap, whatever. Right. This is, man, that's not hating work, man. That day-to-day basis stuff, man, you can't take these things lightly. That's a part of being an Israelite, man. That's a part of being an Israelite. Handling your business. Let's prove that. Let's go to the book of Romans. This is like one of my favorite precepts, right? Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 11. Not slothful in business. The Lord said, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, man. Not being slothful in business is a part of being in this truth, right? Elsewise, you slothful. Right? Slothful is not a good attribute to have in this truth. To be in this truth is meaning like you living after the lifestyle according to the ordinances and statutes, man. Right? Not being slothful, man. Get up in the morning and do what you got to do. You a man, get your behind up, go to work, and go to work looking nice, right? Don't go to her with your wrinkled up shirt. You look crazy, right? You just out work because you got to get paid, man, right? Do what you got to do, man, and do a good job at your job, right? Let's prove that. You have to do a good job at your job. A lot of you can't keep a damn job, and that is annoying. You get a job, and you're talking about, yeah, man, I just can't be bound. I don't like doing this for Esau. Like, come on, brother. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, no device, no knowledge, no wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So whatever you're doing, you have to do it with your might. Work, camp, fasting, praying, reading, right? Chilling with your wife. You know what I'm saying? You might be watching a movie with your wife. You watch the movie to the best of your ability, man. All right? You get comfortable, right? You clean up, light your incense. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have, this is to a certain extent, it's righteous to have a perfectionist spirit, right? To a certain extent, man. You want to have that perfectionist spirit because the Lord demanded us to be perfect. You understand that? Now, let's read on the Sirach 7, right? I don't even remember what verse we was at, right? The Lord kind of brought it up. Sirach chapter 7 and verse number 15. Hate not laborer's work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained, right? Says, number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath will not tarry long. Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms. Change not, because man, you ain't nobody, right? Because we could, most high willing we make it, but Jake that don't repent, the 2/3, they're gonna die the same death as Esau, right? And I was having a conversation with about this with the elder car, man. Man, Esau had the Negro Bible, and we know what Deuteronomy 4:6 say. You can't take away or add from the word, and they had that Negro Bible. They still got to give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Esau ain't gonna make it. And that's how deep it is when you were Israelite in this truth right now during your time of the repentance, or if if it was years ago, right? During this time of repentance, if you're an Israelite, you die the same death as them. That's deep, man. So to walk humble and lowly, to really understand, like, hey, man, you don't want nobody else to perish, man. Right? Because that's what it say. It says and worms. It says, humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms, man. That's deep. You know what I'm saying? That's fire and worms, man. That's negativity, right? That's destruction, death, right? So you don't want your people to go that route. You want them to repent, and come to the truth, right? Same thing as you. If you in the truth, keep going, man. Keep pushing, because you don't want the fire and worms. You don't want the destruction. You know what I'm saying? Let's read on. It says, change not a friend for any good by no means, neither a faithful brother for the gold of Ophir. Right, so don't switch on your partner. That's what they say, man. Don't change up on your friends, right? The men you got in your congregation, man, don't switch up. Now, I'll put this out there. You might go change the congregation, but still be in good standing with all your brothers, because we all brothers at the end of the day. It's not about a congregation and a congregation, but at the end of the day, if you join the camp, man, rock out with those brothers, right? You still understand that we are brothers at the end of the day, right? Whether you this camp, that camp, whatever. We all brothers, but man, you WFI, we WFI. And I'm gonna put this up there. WFI still the best camp at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's big facts, right? But let's read on. Let's throw it out there. It says, forego not a wise and good woman, for her grace is above gold. It says, whereas thy servant worketh truly, and treat him not evil, nor the hireling that bestoweth himself wholly for thee. Let thy soul love a good servant, and defraud him not of liberty. Hast thou cattle? Have an eye to them, and if they be for thy profit, keep them with thee. Right? So now, you might have your cattle. It's good to take care of your beasts, right? Because especially if it's for your business, right? They for your profit. Take care of them. You understand that? Esau, on the other hand, it's a lot of people in America, Babylon, but at the end of the day, they cows, if you're not getting, I forgot the name of the documentary, but the guy that was eating at McDonald's is a part 2, when they was testing out the chickens and whatnot. They showed you the whole process of the farm during the chickens and how they cropped, and he went into the companies like Purdue and Tyson's and all that other stuff. I forgot the name of it. The McDonald's documentary, he was eating on the McDonald's. It was a part 2 to that. But the thing is, now, if you're not getting organic, like beef from the grocery store, man, like organic is only like a half a step better. But these cows, they're not free range. They stay in the stable. You understand that? They inject them with all kind of hormones so they grow faster, and they meat real lump and tender, or however they do it. You understand that? The hormones and all this other stuff. We know that they put that stuff in the meat. But what the Lord say? The Lord said, what the Lord say? Hast thou cattle, have an eye to them, and if they be for thy profit, keep them and watch. Meaning, like you have an eye to them, you watch out for them, you care for them, right? It says, hast thou children, instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth. Meaning, like, instruct your children upright to grow with the same wisdom, but more than what you got as a father or a mother. Hast thou daughters, have a care of their body, and shew not thyself cheerful toward them. Right? Care for your body. Care for your daughters. And don't try to be just too much of a friend to your daughter. A father and a daughter have a certain relationship to where as though, okay, boom. We it's just a certain relationship and wisdom. Now, I can't really speak too much on it, but my father, I have a sister through my father, XYZ, and I see how the relationship is. My father cares for my sister. You follow? Now, my sister not just doing any old things because she knew what's up with my father. That's just how it goes, right? That's the precepts. Let's read on. It says, marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. Now, this is not literally marry your daughter. It's talking about, man, take care of your daughter, really love your daughter, right? Have that deep amount of reverence and love for your daughter. Not literally go and marry your daughter, right? Because that's Leviticus, the 18th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, about the laws of incest and who you can lay down with and whatnot, right? That's not talking about that. Meaning, like, really have a deep amount of reverence and love for your children, especially your daughter, right? It says, hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman. Meaning, if you got a sister, she on your mind, right? She, you might like her a little bit, like the way she move, like the way she put that dress on. You know what I'm saying? Don't forsake her, man. Go ahead and do your thing. But give not thyself over to a light woman. Meaning you gotta prove that, sister, like we read in the chat, you know what I'm saying, the chapter before. Don't just give yourself over to it, right? Honor thy father. Honor thy father with thy whole heart. Honor thy father with thy whole heart, and forget not the sorrows of thy mother. Right? Love your parents, man. Remember that thou wast begotten of them, and how canst thou recompense them the things that they have done for thee? Your parents have made so much of a sacrifice for you, man. The only thing you can really give them back is carnal things. And spiritual love and things of that nature. You understand that? Right, because there's so much that our parents sacrifice for us as kids during the time we grow up, right? That's deep. That's deep. Fear the Lord with all thy soul, and reverence his priests. Love him that made thee with all thy strength, and forsake not his ministers. Fear the Lord and honor the priest, and give him Salakia. Salakia, I read the wrong one. Let me read verse number. It's getting kind of dark in here. Salakia, let me handle this Salakia. All right, Salakia, Akim, what? Forgive me for that. All right, getting kind of late, right? Sun going down upon the second day of the week. Let's get back to it. Sirach 7:30. Salakia, the light was in the way. I'm gonna read to verse 29 again. Fear the Lord with all thy soul, and reverence his priests. Love him that made thee with all thy strength, and forsake not his ministers. Fear the Lord and honor the priests, and give him his portion, and as it is commanded thee, the first fruits, and the trespass offering, and the gifts of the shoulders, and the sacrifice of sanctification, and the first fruits of the holy things, and stretch thy hand out. Now, hold on. About these priests, man, that goes to show you how deep it is when you have a body, a congregation, or when you have men that is talented, that have gifts. If you got a brother in your congregation, and he's really good at teaching, he's really good at bringing it out, he make you feel a certain way, get that fire within your bones, waking up Jake, take care of that brother, because we all priests at the end of the day. But in the ancient world, priests had their certain office of sacrificing with the ephod, living in the suburbs, XYZ. Now, you got to take care of them, because that's what I'm most out dealing with, man. And now, keeping it in the context of this whole chapter, that's going into being humble and lowly and loving your brother and being sincere. Sirach teaches you how to be sincere to a T, man. To a T. Brothers don't read Sirach because brothers not sincere. Sisters don't read Sirach. All right? Right? We're just going into, man, love the people that's really putting the work in for the Lord. Right? Love the people that's really being sincere. Right? Love the sisters that's really being sincere to the best of their ability. Right? Doing the work of the Lord. And stretch thy hand unto the poor, that thy blessing may be perfected. A gift hath grace in the sight of every man living, and for the dead detain it not. Mourn with them that mourn. Be not slow to visit the sick, for that shall make thee to be beloved. Whatsoever thou takest in hand, remember the end, and shall never do amiss, man. And with that, Shalom, Yasha Allah, Shalom, Shalom, Ahabatham.